Hello everybody and welcome to the MG RCiB Insurance Racing Team Q&A here for the final rounds of the season at Brands Hatch. I'm going to give you all a chance to ask the drivers any questions that you may have, but first I'm just going to ask them a couple of questions of my own to give you a bit of thinking time. So Josh, we'll start with you. A great day for you, a good qualifying yesterday and P5, and then a podium in race 1 with a great drive. And a good move on JP right at the end, and then a P4 in race 2.
Yeah, obviously it was qualifying was a bit mixed yesterday. Coming off of top of the time sheets in practice 1 and 2, we were hoping for a little bit more, but as you can see, we were able to race from fit. So the first race was a little bit hard work because there wasn't a lot going on, but I knew. If Austin or JP tripped over each other, I needed to be there just to pounce on any opportunity. And luckily for me, in the last second to last corner on the last lap, Jason made a bit of a mistake and just allowed me to get alongside, which gave me the opportunity to do a switch back into the final corner. So yeah, chuffed to get through that. Great to get onto the podium for the whole team. It's coming off back in Silverstone. It was very tough for us. It was really good. Again, race 2 just happened. That was another pretty hard work race. All the cars around us were on soft tyres, and we were expecting the soft tyre to really take a plummet in its performance towards the end of the race. But somehow the guys in front of me managed to keep me going, which was a shame because I was on the harder tyre, and although I had the weight in, I was expecting to reel them back in, but didn't happen. So I've got the soft on for race 3, starting from P4 because of the reverse grid. That's where I've ended up. Now we'll have to see what we can do from there.
Now Ash, not an ideal qualifying for you, qualifying 15th yesterday. 15th, yes. But a great race 1 put you up to 9th, and again banging on the door of the top 5 in race 2. But until I believe engine problems halted your progress.
Yeah, so qualifying didn't quite go to plan. It was a bit of an error from myself. We just kept picking up track limits all the time. It was just removing our laps. It was at the same corner, so I should have learned. But yeah, it was one of those things you live and learn. You forget about it and just focus on the next day. So going into race 1, we knew we had a car to be in the top 5. It was just a case of picking our way through. It looked promising on the opening laps until we got caught up into an incident, and we ended up losing the 5 places that we gained, and so we were suddenly by lap 5 back at 15th, and we just again had to start fresh and crack on through, even though we had less laps to do it. We worked our way up to P9, which was great, and it was just nice to get inside that top 10 and sort of settle ourselves down for race 2. Race 2 was like Josh said, there was a lot of softs around us, so we were all expecting them to go backwards towards the end of the race. So it's sort of just take it steady at the start and work your way through. But unfortunately, like I said, it didn't quite plan out like that. And they managed to hold their own. And for us, we were looking quite racing. We got up to, I think it was 8th or 9th, 8th or 7th, sorry. And we then started to pick up misfires. So unfortunately, that's just one of those things that's part passing racing, and you just got to crack on and hopefully the boys can get it out for race 3.
Now, Josh, this is of course the end of the season, so we'll do we'll give you a chance to give us a quick sort of season overview. It's been a good season for you, 2 podiums along the season because of the one in race 1. And I mean, people can easily forget this is still only your 2nd year in touring cars, so are you happy with how the season's gone?
We started off really strong, coming from Pirtek Racing. I raced in Chevrolet last year. We started off this season very well. And certainly the first 3 rounds we showed really good pace. I think we were outside the top 5 in qualifying.
1, 2.
Yeah, that was at Donington. Yeah. And then yeah,
1, 2, 1, 2.
Somebody's really happy about that. Anyway, so yeah, we had a bit of a crash in race 1 at Thruxton, which was actually caused by Matt Neal trying to get into the pit lane with a puncture, and it just absolutely destroyed my car. And although we managed to get it back out, it wasn't quite the same, in the following meetings, and it wasn't until just before Rockingham that we already found the actual component that was causing us the issue. So I had a really big dip in the middle in terms of actual outright pace and performance as a result of it. So as soon as we found that component at Rockingham, we changed it and bang, we were straight back on form again, which for me was great because I was starting to think I'd forgotten how to drive. So yeah, really chuffed to be straight back on it, and then obviously we carried that pace into Silverstone, and we've come here again and we've just replicated that. So really chuffed to be ending on a high, but it's just been a bit gutting in the middle of the year that we had a bit of an issue which was an accident outside of my control. So, but that's the way motorsport goes sometimes, and I've learned an awful lot this year. I've had a great time with the guys at RCiB MG, so just chuffed to bits with everything that's really happened towards the end of the season.
Now Ash, this is your first season in the British Touring Cars, and it's been a great season for you. You've had 1 win, 2 podiums. Going into this round, you had the second best qualifying record as well, so I'm sure you were over the moon with how this season's gone.
Yeah, the season's been fantastic. I can't complain. We've had our ups and downs, same as what Josh has, but as a whole it's been a real learning curve. It was always going to be a challenge to step up from the Clarke Cups. There's so many more things going on. You've got tyre control, there's soft and hard tyre, and then throw in a reverse grid. So for me, there was a lot to learn and a lot to take on board. I feel like we've adapted to it. The season started off as a fantastic work right from the media day. Finishing P2 at the media day, sort of set the time, showed what we were here to do. And to be fair, it sort of continued throughout then on. Brands, the opening round, we had a fantastic race. Straight into Donington, we picked up our first pole. Didn't quite get the results at Donington what we would have liked. And then, very much similar to Josh, we had a little phase in mid-season where we just kept picking up some bad luck. There was a lot of bad luck for me at Alton Park. But we sort of bounced back at Croft, and that was, for me, where we found ourselves. And for me, it was all about just looking after the tyre. That was a real thing we worked on at Croft, and since then we've shown we've got the pace, it's just having the luck at the same time. So Croft was fantastic to get the first win, and then to also get the first podium at Croft was even better. But it's still was a real gut for both of us. We put on a display, I believe, that showed what we were capable of, and it's just a shame we got swiped from under our feet. But it's good that, for example, Josh has continued that on into this final round, and we've shown we've had the pace, we've just not had the luck today. But hopefully we can finally pull it back in race 4.
Okay, so if anybody does have any questions, just put your hand up and you can ask the drivers.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, just a very... You just arrived. We've got Gordon coming up in just a few minutes. Matt won't be joining him though, because unfortunately Matt got concussion there in race 2. That'd be really appreciated. He's on his way, like I say, so he should be here in about 5 minutes.
There you go.
1, 2. Yeah, it's all good. We almost got some proper drives in there, didn't we? So was there a question?
He had many.
Okay.
Right, anybody in this room? Go on then.
What's the biggest thing you've learned this year?
What's the biggest thing you've learnt this year? Josh, we'll let you start.
Well, I didn't know actually a man could get into such tight jeans as what Ash has managed. That's been a big learning curve for me this year. But, in all seriousness, it's the cars themselves. They're a very difficult car to drive, and you really have to sometimes sit in the car and just accept that you're going to be going backwards in the race, and you have to have that mental strength to sit there and just say, right, I'm going to be 2 seconds a lap off the pace, and a quick car comes behind you and you just let it through because you don't want to lose any time trying to fight with a car that's going to overtake you anyway. So there are times, just controlling damage limitation is one of the most important things, because when you've got a really good car, it's relatively easy to actually get the best out of it and start pushing. But when things aren't going as well as you want, trying to hold your composure together and trying to actually bring the car home you know, that's a really tough thing to do, and you know, it's something that I've been trying to learn this year.
For me, it was like I said earlier, the learning of the tyre deck. Croft, that's where we spent FP1 and FP2 literally just focusing on that. And very much like Josh said, that is a part of it. You could be on the soft tyre, you've sat in the car, and you've got to accept you could be starting at P3 and you'd be going back to P10 before you know it. And it's just managing that tyre. Up to Croft, I struggled with that, getting my head around that. And that was a turning point for me at Croft. We just worked out the sweet spot, managing the wheel spin, looking after the tyre and keeping it working with the bunch.
Alright, I think we've got time for one more question before the man from Honda takes over this Q&A. Go on then.
Yeah, can you, diplomatically as possible, are there any tracks you are fearful of?
Any tracks you're fearful of? Ash, we'll let you start for this one. No, not allowed.
I think to fear a track, you actually have to have a brain. No, Ash is a very ballsy driver, and for me, it's definitely Thruxton, because there's nothing like going through Noble and Church and Goodwood, you know, the three corners at the back, just holding on for dear life, and you come off of the corner thinking, wow, I made it through there, and then you just, you know, end the lap, and you start all over again, and it's yeah, it's a really tough circuit. It's really high degradation, so the tyres go off very quickly. It's very easy to get a puncture, and you just have to forget all common sense while you're going around there, because if you did, you'd be well off the pace.
Yeah, very much the same as Josh. Thruxton for me. It's just one of those tracks that you're on a ride that you don't like, and you sat there strapped in, hanging on, and then you wait for your tyre to let go through Church. It's just you're approaching it 100 mile an hour plus, and you're just hanging on for dear life, to be fair. And you get, like Josh said, you get to the end of the lap and bang, you're back into another one. So yeah, Thruxton's not the best. So
Just make a comment. It's very exciting for us. Well, you may not like it, but it's very exciting.
Alright, thank you very much everybody for coming. I hope you'll join me in wishing the drivers good luck for race 3. Ash with his charge from the back, and Josh going for maybe another podium this season. So yeah, thank you very much everybody for coming, and good luck Josh and Ash.